Liam, it's been well documented that it's been a tough couple of days for the club, both on and off the field this past week. What's the mood like in the camp on the field in terms of the training squad?
Yeah, rugby-wise, fine. Obviously, things outside of our control and that in the hands of the people in the offices at the club. Obviously, forefront of people's minds, but ultimately, when we get together at training and get out on the training field and playing, our job don't really change that much.
We've always spoke a lot throughout the whole season about focus and professionalism. Were you pleased to see that was on show in spades with the boys getting a big win in the Betfred Championship over Dewsbury on Sunday?
Yeah, I thought it were, in the circumstances, a professional job. I think you could see that there was a little bit of a legginess there, a bit of tiredness from not really training during the week and the emotion of everything and other things on people's minds. But to put that to the backs of our minds, to especially the players, to get the job done, without any sort of concerns about the result. We think we probably could have performed a little bit better and won a little bit more comfortably and put a few more points on, albeit wet and greasy conditions. But yeah, professional job and proud of the lads that went out there and got on with it and got the job done, which was our part of what we could control and what we needed to do for the club to. From our side, carry on for the foreseeable future.
And it must be a welcome boost to morale as well. Like we say, things might have been tough going, but the fact that we kept that recent good run of form going despite those 2 defeats, I think it's 5 in the last 7, keeping things going and keeping things moving at this crucial part of the year.
Yeah, 5 from 7 at the back end of the year has been good. Obviously, it's no secret we're rolling out the same 17, 18 bodies week in, week out, which takes its toll. So massive kudos to those lads that have played a massive amount of games and minutes in what is a tough competition, and when we've been up against it all season really, and down to the bare bones from Challenge Cup round 4 or whatever it was. So yeah. Be nice to carry that on. Obviously the challenge gets a lot stiffer this week, travelling down to Toulouse against a team who are currently sitting second in the competition and obviously full time and have been consistently one of the better teams, or if not the best team in the Championship for the last 4 or 5 years with a year in Super League.
It might be a tough challenge to head all the way down to the south of France, but is it an exciting prospect at this point, going there with not necessarily nothing to lose, but maybe going there to shock some people?
Yeah, like I think I mentioned it on Sunday after the game. Go travelling down and playing in the south of France. You get to do it once a year at this level. It's exciting. It's a nice thing to do. It's a little bit out of the ordinary. It's off the M62 corridor. Hopefully the sun will be shining. And yeah, they're massive favourites. We're massive underdogs. But my belief is we've got some ability going out there, plenty of ability to get the job done, and that's what we'll be trying to do.
We saw James Saltonstall leave the field. I think it was a bit of a more precaution than an injury. Any update on his injury and any bodies likely to come back crooks? Anything of that nature?
Yeah, Salty should be all right. He just tweaked something in the back of his leg, probably a byproduct of us not getting out on the field very often this week. So the game was pretty much wrapped up when he came off, and he's been massively important, especially the second half of the season. He's really turned a corner with his own performances and his contribution to the team, and in a leadership sense, and especially during this period at the minute, because he's a true club man. He's Salty. He puts the club first. So yeah, he went off with a precaution. He should be all right this week. Touch wood, he'll be out there, and hopefully Connor Davis will be back as well.
We'll give a big kudos to those supporters that will join us in the south of France, but for those that can't, final home games the week after against the Bradford Bulls. We're having a big push for that game. What's your message to the floating fans and the fans that have supported us so far about, obviously you might not be able to make the south of France, but what impact they can have on the club and on the team in a big derby game against Bradford the following week? Yeah,
just really appreciate everything the fans did last week for the club. It always ultimately, whatever happens, it always falls back onto the fans and the people of the town, and and most of the time in rugby league we talk about how good people are and how they step up in tough times, and last week we're no different, were it? The fans and various other people got us helping to get us out of the position we're in, and we all appreciate that. As an Halifax lad growing up, I appreciate that more than anything. And hopefully we can put on a performance this week. We understand there won't be many Halifax fans travelling to the south of France, as there generally is. It's an expense, a massive expense, but the week after hopefully we can come off the back of a good performance, and it's generally the biggest home game of the year and the one that we want to win the most, so it'd be nice to see a big crowd down the Shire next week.
Liam, safe trip to everybody, and we'll see you in Toulouse.
Thank you.